know everybody. Okay, so this is officially 10 months. Well, it's 10 months, 1 week, and half-ish since I shaved my head, and I was trying to fix my hair, and so I could no longer get a good afro. I don't think it's gonna happen anymore. I'm actually starting to understand why that is. There are a few things I've come to understand. I think in the past couple of weeks, it just kind of like hit me. In this video, I want to talk about one thing because it would technically be important, and it would be if I decide to change up my hair care or like incorporate this into my hair care. It will basically update how I take care of my hair and what I do to my hair. So so there are a few things I realized, but I feel like, okay, so I want to do just like one thing for this video to keep this video short. So I realized that my hair, I think, likes a like heavier product and like more I think like maybe not viscous, but like I think my hair might actually take in better or like prefer something of like a thicker product. And it's interesting because I think for a lot of people, like when people see my hair, they say that my hair is like thick, and my hair is like, I think when people say my hair is thick, and people always say this to me, like, oh, you have thick hair. But I think for a lot of people, it's mostly that they're thinking of like density, like I have dense hair, like the number of hair that I have is like a lot. But I think I'm starting to make sense of things like from a different angle. So the running joke when I was in high school was that 5 of my hair follicles had fused together, and that's why like my hair is so thick. Like each individual strand of my hair is a little bit thick. Now it used to be actually, well, back in high school, it used to be a lot thicker, but as I've gotten older, it has become like less thick. I will have times when I pull, especially like this top section of my head, when I pull like some strands of hair will be like very thick, but it won't be like my whole head of hair. And I think what I'm starting to realize is maybe like if you have a thicker hair, and if you use heavier product, then that might be actually like much better off, and it might I don't know, your hair might like it a lot more. And this is very interesting because I do prefer lighter products. I do prefer, I've been using oil since basically when I went off to college. I packed up all my things in my mom's car. For my hair, I took a comb, I took a bottle of olive oil, which was what I used up until April 2019. And basically April 2019, I completely stopped using olive oil. That's, a different conversation. But that's what I used up until then. I mean, even after I stopped using olive oil, I continued to use different oils, but like when I went off to college, I packed up this oil, and then that's what I used until basically I still use oil, and it kind of set me into that motion. I was trying to figure out like how did I even come to adopt like a much a much, I mean, I've, from the 10 months that I've had, with my hair growing out, I've come to realize that I actually prefer having just, like a no fuss approach to my hair. I wouldn't be, when I look at other people, I think a lot of people enjoy like doing their hair, and it's not so much that I don't enjoy it, I do, but I at this point in some ways it's not a focus. But also I think because of that I would want like more of a simpler hair care. But I was also trying to figure out like why did I stick with this, with like washing my hair and then just like using oil. And basically it kind of just hit me, and that's how I started off, like when I went off to college. But then also I was using oil before, when I was experimenting with my hair, as a teenager, and or like back in like middle school and high school. So it wasn't so much that I was like intentionally picking oil. It's just that I just picked oil and then I just went away, and then that was simply my hair care. And I think actually when I think about it now also, when I was right before college, I used a texturizer on my hair, and I know for sure, like I think I didn't follow the instructions very well, and I think I could have avoided the damage I did to my hair. But one thing that happened after I used the texturizer was that my scalp became flared up and it started to have a lot of flakes. And I think I was extremely scared, and I, using the texturizer itself, and I didn't have a lot of information, I didn't have a lot of knowledge. And when my scalp flared up, I believed that I got dandruff, basically. And I actually used Head and Shoulders the first few years of college, and I realized that I even stopped using Head and Shoulders because when I was in college, I traveled to Singapore and Malaysia, and I didn't take any shampoo and conditioner with me, and I was there for I think 2 weeks to 3 weeks, and I was using this green bottle shampoo in Malaysia, and I still to this day want to know what brand it was, and I remember the shape of the shampoo, but and I remember it was green, but I don't remember what the brand was, and I was trying to search for it online, and I saw a few green brands, but I still couldn't remember if that was the exact brand. But I was using that shampoo, and there was no conditioner around because the people around were not using conditioner. They didn't need it, I guess, for them. And I was using that shampoo for the time I was there, and I was not conditioning my hair. And when I returned, I just basically stopped using Head and Shoulders, and that's basically how I stopped using Head and Shoulders. Basically, having used that texturizer, and then because I didn't have a lot of knowledge, a lot of understanding to what could have even caused for my scalp to flake up, and instead of, I don't know, it is possible that how I used the texturizer might have dried my scalp so much that it ended up giving me it probably will just flake up your scalp. It probably wouldn't give you dandruff, but that's what I believed at that time. So I ended up using Head and Shoulders, and I think that probably also set me into like trying to simplify my hair care, because when I didn't, when my scalp flared up, and I know for sure that I had damaged my hair. Actually, funny thing about that is also that, like, again, my hair was a lot more thicker when I was in high school, and I remember pulling out a strand of hair after after using the texturizer, and my hair had split like right in the middle, and then the tip was intact, and then from the root to like some length of it was intact, but like right in the middle my hair was split. And I think that probably caused me to not use you know, like texturizers, relaxers after that. But it also caused me to not like, I mean, I was going off to college, so I was becoming less interested in my hair, but I realized that the combination of the two just kind of set me into a direction where I was just basically washing my hair and using oil, and then that was just basically what my hair care was. And so I mean, I like oil, and I prefer oil because it seems I mean, it's not, oil is not necessarily light, but I think my hair likes it. I think my hair is okay with it. But again, like, I'm starting to not have a so part of me, I don't want to go in too much depth into this because I don't want to make a long video. But I think part of the reason to why I'm having a hard time having a good afro is because I'm starting to realize that the ends of my hair are starting to dry. And I realize that now the ends of my hair are like 10 months old. And usually when I would get, like, you know, trim and sometimes a little bit of a haircut to like make sure that my hair is, honestly, the reason to why I do it is because, I mean, they say to cut your hair so that to keep your hair healthy, but for me, it was because for sure it helps my hair to detangle a lot faster. And it kind of makes sense. You remove the drier ends, and once you remove the drier ends, I guess your hair, maybe your hair tangles up more when your hair is a little bit more drier, or I guess that's the case for my hair. And so that's how I keep my hair. I mean, my hair has less tangles when it has a nice fresh cut to it. But I also always believed that keeping my hair a little bit shorter, my hair is definitely a lot more quicker to do and to take care of when it's like a little bit shorter. But I also believed that my hair or my ends wouldn't dry as much when my hair is shorter. But I think I'm having like a more, I'm starting to notice that the tips are drying a little bit more, and so that's interesting. But also I think it hits me that maybe, you know, I should think about like, I should think about the product itself that I use. And I do use, and before this I knew that, so for example, sometimes I would use products with like beeswax in it because it usually weighs my hair down, and it's just, you know, one way that my hair, it's just, you know, one way that my hair responds to the products. And I just realized, well, maybe my hair prefers that overall. And basically a few things are starting to kind of like make sense to me, but I'm still trying to make sense of it myself, and to be a little bit more clearer about it. So so this is for 10 months. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.